Hello my gorgeous makeup loving friends, I hope you are having a fabulous day. If you have been following me over on Instagram, I've put up a few posts recently kind of talking about my skin. I know, it's all about me. But I've had a couple of issues with my skin over the last couple of years. If you've followed me for a while, you'll kind of know I have very dry skin and I'm very, very acne prone, particularly around here, which is essentially hormones. But I kind of put over on Instagram, I was like, oh my God, my skin is doing really well. And I feel like I've figured out the regime that is working for me in terms of skincare. And I had approximately 2 people kind of going, hey, you want to share that information? And I was like, hey, why not? Let's make a ridiculous, gratuitous video that's all about me. Yeah, anyways, a little bit of background information. I am 34. That is important because it means I have more mature skin. I am aging. I do get Botox every about 4 to 5 months. So that does affect skin. Mainly it'll affect like wrinkles, but also it'll make the skin where you are getting your Botox in a little bit shinier. So I want to be fully transparent about that and put that out there. Keep that in mind. Okay, I get my Botox up here, which is, my husband says, a bit silly because I have a fringe. And I'm like, I do it for me, not for anyone else. Anyways, whatever. I also live in Ireland. That is important to point out because the climate in which you are in affects your skin. So here it tends to be very wet, which is kind of ironic as to why my skin is dry, but it also gets kind of cold during the winter. Not super cold like Sweden, Canada, etc., but cold enough that it definitely dries out the skin. We've started to get a lot of summers now where it's a little bit warmer, etc., so that does affect things. As I'm filming, it is now May, so that is going to affect my skin. But if you want to see both my AM and my PM routine, I'm only bringing in the stuff that I am very, very confident in, because there is other things that I use, but I haven't used them for long enough to be able to be like, yeah, I totally trust this. So you'll see a lot of like partially empty containers, so keep that in mind. But if that sounds like something you are interested in, then do please keep on watching. So we'll start off with the AM, so very early in the morning. And I will say I probably have too many steps in my skincare, but I quite enjoy it. Now you're going to be angry at me, but don't judge me. I don't do any cleansing with my face in the morning, and the reason why is I've spent all night putting on moisturizing masks and all of these things to try and get my skin to be plumper, moisturized, etc. I don't want to wash that away because I find that if I cleanse twice in the day, my skin just can't deal with it. It gets really like dry and kind of tight and sore, so I don't bother with that. I don't bother cleansing. What I do is I start off first with my toner, and I use glycolic acid. Can you tell? This is, by the way, my, I think, 2nd or 3rd bottle of this. I just use the ordinary one. So it's the glycolic acid 7% toning solution. I find that that works quite well for me. I will say though, probably if you're starting off with this, maybe go with like a lower solution because your skin can get a little bit irritated by it. So I start off first by toning. I let my skin then completely dry. You know, so by the way, this does take a little bit. It takes me about 15 to 20 minutes to do my skincare. It is ridiculous. The next thing that I do is before I apply my hyaluronic acid, because as I said, I am a dry bee, I do have to first wet my face. And I use the p.louise Rain On Me. I got this in like one of those boxes, but can you see like the level is here? And I will say, I quite like it. It's called Ocean Orange, but it's not the only thing that I use. So this is just a generic bottle. Now this was gifted to me by my gorgeous friend Daniela. You'll hear her name a couple of times because a lot of these suggestions came from her, and the level is currently here, right? What it is actually this. It is just like rose water, so rose floral water. It's fabulous. Got it on Amazon. She gave this to me in June or July of last year. And it's only now that I'm starting to be like, oh, okay. So I use the 2 of these, spritz my face, and then I put on my hyaluronic acid. So you're going to see that I have quite a few mixes of things here. I have kind of affordable mixed with more high-end stuff. It's just what works for me, okay? So I use the ordinary hyaluronic acid, 2% plus B5. Now I've tried a couple of different hyaluronic acids. I'm not wildly fussy on hyaluronic acid, i.e. like I will use it. I would always use hyaluronic acid, but I don't really mind so much about the brand. I like the ordinary one. It seems to work for me. I let that dry down, and then the next thing that I go in with, I love this, and you're gonna judge me for it, it is the Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dewdrops. Do I think that you need to spend, I think, is it like €29 or something for the little one? Oh, this is, I think, my 5th one. Don't even talk to me about it. Do I think that you need the Glow Recipe one? No. No, you don't. Because I've tried like the Inky List one, the ordinary one, etc. And I think they're all very comparable. I like this one because of the scent. Yeah, I know, I'm autistic. I have a thing about scents and also like the sensory aspect of things. But I also feel like using this one gives me a little bit more of a glow than any other niacinamide do. I think that necessarily warrants it being twice the price. Not really. I'm more interested in the fact that this has niacinamide. It's one of those like ingredients that seems to like work for everyone. So I love that. I use that. As I said, if you want to use the ordinary, the Inky List, you're fine. You'll do great. But if you want to splurge, I don't think you'll be unhappy with that. Then the next thing that I use, because as I said before, I have dry skin, but I am also aging. So I always include a peptide. This is my Glow Recipe one. Again, you can see there, this is very, very well loved. Everything that you're seeing here, frighteningly well loved. This is the Pomegranate Peptide Firming Serum. It's so bad, I don't even know the names. I'm just like, I grab you, you work. Love this. I put it all over the face. It has a really lovely smell to it. I know that's not what we should be that bothered about, but again, I do. And I find it really, really helps my skin, really firms it, but also plumps it up. I love this, and it's just that other little bit of extra moisture that I can shove into my skincare, and I'm kind of here for it, you know? So then I would generally put on an eye cream, but there isn't an eye cream at the moment that I'm very like, yes, I've tried you for a really long time, I'm quite happy with you, so I don't want to recommend that. However, oh my God, this is the Ulla Henriksen Banana Bright Vitamin CC stick, and it's just for under your eyes, and you can see here again, very well loved. How much do I have left of that? Oh, I'll probably have to repurchase this at some point. This is kind of a very funny one because it is both skincare, but it's also almost like makeup, and I kind of dot that under the eye, and it kind of helps to eliminate some of the dark circles, and I found that through kind of continued use because there's the vitamin C in it. Even on days where I've just woken up, my dark circles are not as dark, so I quite enjoy that. Hurrah! Then I would generally put on a moisturizer. As I said before though, there isn't an AM moisturizer that I have tried out for long enough that I'm like, yeah, this is the one. I'm taking this to my grave, so I'm not going to recommend one there. However, if there is anything that I need you to definitely get into your skincare, for the love of God, can it be SPF? This is, I think, maybe my fourth one of this. Ooh, there we go. I run through this, right? You need at least 2 finger lengths for your face. I sometimes do a bit more because I'm like, I have a fat face, guys. I really need to take care of it. This is the Beauty of Joseon. It has like a really long name. It's like Relief Sun, Rice and Probiotics. It's amazing. You can get it on Beauty Bay. You can also get it on Yes Style. However, if you are getting it through Yes Style, you will wait quite some time to get your stuff. But Beauty Bay usually have like a wait list for it. It goes out like that. So I always put my name down for when it's back in stock, and I'm like, hey, yeah, and I put in a few. Now my SPF that I loved before this was the Glow Recipe Niacinamide one. It was a liquid one, but they stopped making that. Thanks. And now they have like this sticky tube thing, and I am just not willing to F with that. It is not interesting to me, but that's my AM. I know it's a lot of stuff. I know it is, baby. I know it is, but that's personally what I use. And now into the PM. Have to start off with a double cleanse. So I use like a balm to oil usually. The one that I had been using that I really liked was a Primark or Pennies one that retailed for €3.50, but hey, guess what? They stopped making it. So I'm currently using the Inky List Oat Balm Cleanser. Now, I personally like this. However, I've stolen my husband's one because he didn't like it. He hates like the balm to oil thing. He prefers just a straight out oil. So I've taken that from him because I've used it in the past and I quite like it. But it is like, it takes a little bit to kind of get it like emollient. However, the thing that I really want to point out to you guys is this. I know, you're going to be like, what the fuck? Right, here's the thing. To do your double cleanse properly, you can't just like shove it onto your face and be like, blah, 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 blah. You have to really massage it in there for at least a minute. Like sing happy birthday a couple of times to yourself. Cleanse it in, and then I like to use this. You can get a pack of 4 of them on Amazon. This was a find by my friend Daniela. There you go. And that really helps to get rid of everything, because obviously if you put on SPF, it's going to pill. It's the only way you can really get that off. So that's the first part of my double cleanse. The second part, right, we have all been influenced at some point, but I will say this one works for me. You're going to think I'm weird. Yeah, it's a big black bar of soap, right? And I've had this for maybe a year and a half. That is how long I've had it, and it is still going strong. Way back in the day, Michaela Noguera did one of her videos kind of going, this solved my skin troubles. Now, she's done a lot of videos since that have been like, this solved my skin troubles, and this solved my skin troubles, and it's all looking a bit dubious now. However, this one actually does. This is actually, it's, what was it called? Like African black soap or something. I'll link everything down below. I will have an asterisk next to it if it is an affiliate link. But I really like this. So I just like emulsify it on the hands with a bit of water, pop it on. And this is where I get, you know how I said it, I have a mixture of like affordable and bougie bits. Yeah, I have this. It's the Foreo. Did I buy it at full price? Absolutely not. Beauty Bay had like a 40% off sale, so I grabbed this little mofo. Now, I have tried like the Aldi Lidl dupes, and I just don't find they're as good. So this has like become my baby, and I feel it's really great for getting around the nose, etc. Absolutely love, 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 love that. Every second night or every third night, I will then use these salicylic night pads by Nip and Fab. Again, you can see I'm going into them. The reason why I do not do them every night is, as I said to you, I have dry skin, and that will dry it out so badly. But I still need it in my routine, because I have found, like, this is a lot of like trial and error. I have found that by taking that out, I get a lot of like residue, particularly around my nose. So I really find it's helpful for that. And I also like to add in lactic acid, again, every second night. This is the ordinary, it's the lactic acid 10%. If you find that that's too much for you, mix it with water, which is how I started to introduce it. But as I said, I have it every second or third night, because otherwise your skin barrier gets absolutely destroyed, or at least mine did. And let me actually introduce you to the thing that will work, by the way, if you have a damaged skin barrier. Yeah, do you see? I am only talking about the things that I really love. Did I discover this myself? No, Daniela showed me this. That's right, Daniela's getting a lot of call outs. This is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Advanced Repair Barrier Cream. Oh my God, this is fabulous, right? Can I tell you a story? I'm going to tell you a story. Right, my mum is, oh God, she's 69, she's almost 70. And she was out like bleaching the, the walls outside. And she had a mask and everything on, but the wind blew back and she got it all on her chest. So she had like a chemical burn on her chest. So she was given a lot of stuff, like topical treatments, etc., to put on top of that. But she had finished her course on that and her skin still really hurt. So I was like, why don't you try this? So I squeezed out, this is my second bottle, by the way, second tube. I have a few more, I worry. So I have a few more. So I squeezed this out for her. I ended up buying her another one because she found it so good. This is end of days. Love this. Love it, love it, love it. I think it's £32, but it is 100% worth it. The next thing then, this is part of what sparked my need to do this, because do you see how empty it is? This is like my 4th or 5th one of this. I absolutely love this. It's the Pharmacy Deep Sweet 2% BHA Pore Cleansing Toner, and I use this every single night. Unlike the other two, the salicylic acid and the lactic acid, I use this every night because this is actually gentle enough for me, and it smells nice. which is fabulous. I have, I'd say 2 or 3 extra bottles because this is I am never going to try anything else in its stead. Absolutely love this. My friend Daniela recommended it to me. As I said, you're going to hear a lot of, Daniela recommended it to me. It works. Now, some people will say that you shouldn't use BHA with a retinol. However, you can. You just have to be careful about how you do it. Now, as I said, I have a mixture of pricey and affordable skincare. This is my pricey one. This is, yeah, again, you'll see. This is my retinol and it's by Medicate. It's Crystal Retinol 6. I am going to be moving up to Crystal Retinol 10 soon, which, by the way, if you see my skin breaking out, that is why. Like, this is one of those ones that your skin will get worse before it gets better, because it's all about essentially multiplying your skin cells, etc. I don't 100% understand it. I smile and nod and I apply it. For the love of God, though, when you are using this, please follow the instructions. So when you're starting this off, maybe start off with the Crystal 3. Don't jump in like me and do the Crystal 6. It tells you to do it twice a week for 2 weeks, and then every second night for 2 weeks, and then every night for the rest of it. As I said before, I use SPF every single day. It's so important. But it's even more important with retinol because this actually makes your skin a lot more susceptible to UVA and UVB light. So for the love of God, be very, very careful. Now, retinol will dry out your skin. That's just what happens. The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. But what you can do is kind of sandwich it and put on some extra moisturizer on top of that. And I hate to recommend this one. Not because it's expensive, it's very affordable. This is the Inky List and it's the Blemish Clearing Moisturiser with 2% Novoretin. Why do I hate recommending this? Because it smells foul. Oh my God, it is the worst smelling thing in the entire world. It also slightly stings the face, but oh my God, does this ever work for me? I've ended up buying an extra 2 tubes, like I'm almost out of this. I genuinely find this really good. I just wish they'd put a different smell on it, but it is really, really good. I also use other like moisturizing masks on top of this, but there's nothing that I've been using long enough that I can be like, yeah, definitely. Let's talk about when I do have those foul little breakouts. They don't happen that much anymore, thank goodness, but my go-to is this. I know it's so tiny, and you're going to be like, Teresa, why are you recommending a tiny bottle? You don't need a lot of this, and this will last you 5 million years. I think this is my 3rd one, but I've been using this for like 3 years. This is the Origins Super Spot Remover Blemish Treatment Gel. It is fabulous. It'll really sort everything out. And then the very last thing that and again, you can see I use these quite a bit. These are the Peace Out. I like to have the Acne Day and Night Duo because I'll use the day ones because they're very, very thin during the day, obviously, and they're not very obvious, and I'll wear that to work because I have no shame. But then there's the night ones, which are much thicker and they're less likely to fall off your face when you're flinging yourself around. Yeah, so I love that. There are obviously other things in my routine. Like I said, I have the moisture mask and I have a lip mask, but there's nothing that I've been trying out for long enough that I can be like, yeah, I can definitely recommend these. Now, please do remember that all of these things are super subjective. I am not an esthetician. I am not a dermatologist. I am in no way trained to inform you on your skincare. I just like skincare, okay? I have messed around with it long enough that I kind of know what works for me. And I'm not telling you that you have to buy any of these things, right? Definitely not. If you have your skincare routine that works for you right now, don't F with it. Don't F with it. Be super, super consistent. That is probably the most important thing, right? Your skin will kind of go all gammy, I guess. Gammy is the word. It'll go a bit weird if you're on again, off again. And that has been, I think for me, being autistic, my executive dysfunction, very difficult to remember to keep everything in that way. So I would recommend maybe even having your skincare in specific places to remind you to do certain things. I also have alarms set on my phone to remind me because I will forget. But my gorgeous friends, That's it. Like I said, we have a lot of ordinary, a lot of the Inky list, some Medicate, some pharmacy, even some p.louise. There's a lot of bits here. But let me know down below what you guys think. Are there any ride or dies for you guys that you really, really enjoy? Are there some of the products here that I mentioned that you love yourself? Because, you know, I want a little bit of an echo chamber. Are there things that you might recommend to me in terms of, like, say, eye creams, moisturizers? Because like I said, I'm still kind of trying those things out, seeing what the story is. But my gorgeous friends, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell and do please share, because sharing is caring, except of course for STDs, in which case just wrap it up. Don't be gross, but that's it. That's the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.